What is going on, you guys? AK40 Kevin here in the gamer heaven. So this is one of those cryptocurrency tutorials you guys know and love. So there is a big confusion between local profitability, 1023, and actual profitability, 1265. What's the difference? Which one's more accurate? Let's get it. Alrighty guys, so in the previous videos, and some of my previous tutorials here in the NiceHash platform, I was blanking out or blurring out my rig ID, and I was just thinking better safe than sorry. That looks like a personal identifiable piece of information for my hardware, my graphics card. But come to find out, you can't really do anything with this. This is more so for troubleshooting. If you have an issue and NiceHash needs to troubleshoot with you, you give them this ID here, but you can't really do shit with this. Not to mention I have two-factor authentication on this anyway with the encrypted Google Authenticator app, so not a huge deal here. But there's a lot of confusion about what is more accurate and what to go off of, the actual profitability or the local profitability. So I have an article pulled up here. I want to talk about, I want to go over, summarize, if you will, what NiceHash says about the situation, but then also give you my take as somebody that's been mining on the platform for almost 2 years. This is now my second PC that I've been running. Was mining with the 2060 Super for about a year and a half, and now about the last 3-4 weeks since I've had the R11 with the 3080 in it, I've been mining the nipples off that as well. What is the difference between actual and local profitability? Note that only NHM and NHOS rigs will be able to show local profitability as third-party miners, i.e. a lot of ASICs, so application-specific integrated circuits, so like ANT miners and stuff like that, do not send local hash rates to the server. They handle that all on board. So as a little summary here of how you actually get paid from NiceHash, more or less you guys know you get paid out in BTC, and it explains how you actually get paid out using a pay-per-share reward system, i.e. people are leveraging the power of your graphics card or CPU or ASIC. And basically they're renting hash power from you. You're basically the pawn in the bigger puzzle. What is the difference between actual and local profitability? That's the title of the video and the lovely little thumbnail. So actual profitability is calculated based on the number of valid shares submitted for a certain period. So generally 24 hours, a week, or 6 hours. Based on that, we can assume the profitability of the rig. We can assume, the dangerous word. The approximate formula for calculating profitability is the last number of valid shares in the last 5 minutes. This is a simplified formula, simplified, another dangerous word, and it is used just for an easier presentation. They're really selling the actual profitability, aren't they? This can result in a very uneven current result, as the miner can submit 10 valid shares in the first 5 minutes, but later on it can submit 15 or 5. Very confusing. This is the reason that sometimes you see your profitability jump up and down. Yes, it fluctuates on the minute. The best way to predict future profitability is to assume it based on past profitability. Very true. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that and why that's what I use to gauge how much I'm actually making. So local down here is based on the hashing speed of your miner, and it can be observed in the NiceHash Miner graphic user interface or NiceHash Rig Manager. So even if you have Quick Miner, this little window here, you will be able to monitor it right. Yeah, you can either click there or there, and it will switch between BTC or US dollars if you click there. Unmanaged rigs like ASICs or third-party miners will not send hash rate to NiceHash dashboard. Local profitability is calculated on the current hash rate. Therefore, it can sometimes not be as accurate as looking at the actual past profitability. Hash rate in the miner can sometimes show higher or lower speeds, and it does quite often. There could be rejected or invalid shares. That happens as well. This means you cannot solely rely on this information. Then they say down here, note the actual profitability is generally more accurate than local because of the reasons explained above. And they made it kind of urine yellow or gold to really pop off the screen. So I will say, if there is a tight spread between local and actual, for example, it's $10.20 on actual, $10.50 on local, you can kind of average out in the middle there. However, when it's a massive spread like $10 and $16 or something like that, then obviously averaging it out really isn't the best option there. But the best way to see how much you're actually earning is to look at historically what you've earned. So this is from the last 6 hours. I mined overnight while I was sleeping with my 3080. And I made about $9.17. That is undervolted to 65%. I would be making slightly over 10 if I was at 100%. But my VRAM over here would be in the red. It would be 110 degrees Celsius. That's 230 degrees Fahrenheit, which I'm not comfortable running my card, considering this is my daily driver, my gaming PC, my streaming rig. So no. By the way, if I'm talking a little bit fast, it's not crystal meth. I just drank a shitload of coffee and I'm wired out of my skull right now. But yeah, by looking at this is actually what you got paid out at. So if you look at the green bar here, that's the pay rate. So that's exactly what you got paid out. And then this bar here, this little linear graph, let's go to 1 week here, which as you can see is kind of low because I was not mining this entire time. As you can see, there's a ton of time here where I wasn't mining at all. It's getting averaged into this here. But this graph right here shows all the different algorithms, which I think I was only on Dagger Hashimoto, which you can filter for. And this graph is actually very beneficial. It shows a lot of information here, your accepted speed, rejected, etc., and how much you were actually paid out for that time frame, which is really cool. But if you don't understand any of that stuff, you can just go to all algorithms, select what time frame you're looking at, and it will show you in either BTC, or you click this and it'll go to US dollars or whatever currency your local legacy currency is, and it'll show you how much you earned. So that is what I would go off right there. Obviously, if it's a tight spread, it's only 30 cents off, then you can kind of go in the middle and be like, that's probably what I'm making right about now. Also, I will say the cell phone app, which I do monitor my rig, in bed sometimes. I check it just to make sure it's not cooking high temperatures and it's still earning me good profitability. That kind of averages out the local and actual a little bit, kind of like I was telling you guys just to do on the PC here. But honestly, just look at what you've made in the past and that'll kind of give you an idea. Obviously, the lucrativeness, the profitability of mining fluctuates on the hour, just like Bitcoin price, just like Ethereum price. But by looking at how much you've made in the past, you can get an idea as to your hash rate for your rig. So if you're not thermal throttling, you know what you should be earning. And then you can be like, that's the number, the brag at the bar number, your horsepower and your hash rate, where you can be like, yeah, about 925 a day on my gaming rig. So that's where you're going to get that number from. If you enjoyed this video, it was informative or entertaining, kind of assisted you guys to understand this topic a little bit better, liking the video helps it to get seen by more people so it can reach them and assist them as well. Subscribe for more content like this. I do a lot of tutorials crypto mining, as well as news in the gaming community and industry, and tutorials helping you guys get set up streaming and YouTubing. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.